this working? What's up? What's up, chat? What's up? What's up, stream? How does this look? How's the bitrate looking? How's this looking? Bit of a delay. Is the audio working? Hold on. All right, sick. Fire flame emoji. What is up, y'all? What is up, y'all? This is my first live stream. My first official live stream. I did a few like test runs just to make sure like the setup looked good and like it wasn't too laggy. But I'm also streaming on my second channel on YouTube, and also I'm streaming on Twitch as well. So I hope that doesn't like fuck it up too much, but we'll see. But what do we think? What do we think of the setup? Y'all fuck with the lighting, the decor. I think it looks pretty cool. Gonna light a candle for the vibes, of course. And yeah, it's just gonna be. I'm gonna sit down. I don't know why I'm standing. It's just gonna be a real spill video, but live on Twitch. And I intend on doing more of these. But instead of like recording them and just posting them to YouTube, just like streaming them and then like maybe posting the VOD or like cutting it up. But we'll see. We'll see. This is just kind of an experiment for me because I've been curious about streaming and I just wanted to see what was up with it. But yeah, this is the first real stream, I think. Yeah. But yeah. So I've been gone for for a little bit. I've been completely like off the grid for the last, I want to say like 3 months, probably more, right? Like 4 months. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I've been super ghost mode. Um, yeah, I feel like I have hold on, I keep getting distracted by this. I need to make sure I don't get distracted by anything. Okay. Yeah, I've been super off the grid, super not online, uh, because I've been very focused on this project that I've been working on for the last year. Not gonna say anything about it. I'm fighting the urge to tell people about it. I've done a good job though, at keeping it, under wraps for the most part. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have these I have two parts of my brain that feels like it's always in contradiction with one another. Like it feels like I don't know, like I'm super bipolar about how I view posting these days. Just because I feel like I don't know, maybe I set the bar really high with like a lot of the films that I've made. And so it just feels weird to like post anything that isn't up to par with that and that isn't super like high production value. Um and I don't know, that's a weird thing that I'm trying to just like get over cuz at the end of the day, I also am a multifaceted human and I feel like I have a lot that I want to like express that isn't as I guess serious or um put together. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, I'm super like I just go back. I mean, there's that aspect of it where it's like I don't want to like my own like fear, I guess, of posting something that isn't like super amazing that I'm trying to get over, but also the other aspect of it is I find a lot of like peace in solitude and peace in not being online when I'm, like, really focused on something. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I don't know, I feel like in order for me to be fully immersed into a project, I have to, like, completely not go online. Like, I have to, like, delete social media. I have to, like, lose my phone. I literally did lose my phone, by the way. Like, I posted something about it on Instagram, but I left my charger at my friend Aaron's place. I went to Vegas for like a week, and I left my phone charger in his apartment. And when I got back home, I just didn't have a charger for like 2 or 3 weeks. So for 2 or 3 weeks, my phone was just like fully dead, and it was a lovely 2 weeks. Not gonna lie. And then I also lost my phone at another point. Like I think it was under my pillow or something, or like under my mattress, but I couldn't find it for like a few days, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it. So like any opportunity that I can just like not be connected with the fucking world at all times, I tend to take that just because selfishly I find a lot of like peace in that too. But at the same time, like I said, I want to also post and like share the less serious side of myself and like kind of be a human, be allowed to just be a human on the internet. Um, Instead of like constantly feeling the pressure to like make something insane every time I come back. So that's spiel, I guess. Um, what else is new? I mean, it's been so long since I've like talked to you guys, like in general. My hair's brown again. It's basically my natural hair color now, which was kind of an accident, but yeah, um, it's for the next thing that I'm working on because I just felt like the brown suits the vibe of it a little bit more than the blonde. Um, yeah, what else? What else? Is everything working? Is everything working on here? Okay. Yeah, what else is new, man? I don't remember the last thing that I posted, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, but I'm probably just gonna start streaming a little bit more, I'm thinking, because this seems fun. Like it seems like at the very least something that I felt very curious about exploring. And I think over the past year, especially I've started to allow myself to like explore things that I'm curious about more. Because I feel like before I was always so like I don't know, like I would almost put myself in my own constraints. Like I'm not a Twitch streamer. I'm not allowed to like do a Twitch stream or a YouTube stream, um, or make a TikTok for fun. Like I'm not a TikTok, but like I feel like I almost conflated like doing something versus like forming an identity around something. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like me personally, I've always been someone that is not like I don't wanna just do one thing for the rest of my life. I feel like I'm a very, like, multifaceted kind of person where I'm just curious about a lot of things. Like, I'm so fascinated by all of the different ways that humans can, like, express their emotions or, like, make I'm just endlessly fascinated by art as a whole, whether it be, like, poetry or, um, music or filmmaking, cartoons, animation, drawing, 3D modeling. Like I've done so many different things over the years. And I think that's just something I want to continue to do. Like I never want to confine myself to like I don't want to put myself in a box, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's kind of lame. One person that has inspired me for a long time is Donald Glover. Um, because of that very reason. I think he is one of those like those rare artists that is like a jack of all trades, but also somehow like a master of all of them too. Like from acting, like music, directing, like that shit is crazy to me. And that's something that I feel like I've always been like I've really admired that about him. And I kind of want to follow in a similar footsteps. Like I want to do everything, bro. I know you can't do everything at once, so I don't want to try to spread myself too thin. Um, like all I'm doing right now is like this project, and then like I think I'm probably just gonna do some streaming here and there, but like nothing crazy. Like I'm not like taking this is for fun, and like the moment I'm not having fun, like I'll just stop. Um, so that's my take on the matter, I guess. No one asked, but there you go. Um, let me take a hit of this water. You guys fuck with the my room? I'm back at home. Been back at home for a while. Um, but yeah, I think it looks kind of cool. I was inspired by like the what is it called? Like the romantic era. I don't know if you can tell. Like the painting I thought was cool, and the little like statue and the candles and the thing. Yeah, I thought it was cool. Me personally. Um, is this thing on? Yeah, I keep worrying that this is gonna like freeze, and then I'm just gonna look like a terrible streamer. Like that, my I gotta keep my reputation intact. I'm the world's best streamer, is what everyone is calling me. Um, so I gotta make sure I don't I don't lose my reputation. I wanted to talk about some couple of things that I've been kind of like it's been kind of floating around in my head recently. Um, one thing I kind of had this thought the other day. I was taking a shower and I was having one of those like random shower thoughts, and I was like, I feel like in recent years, day to day, I feel kind of similar to who I was like 2 years ago or a year ago. Like I feel very similar. Like I'm different. Like I've changed a lot, but there's like I think I have a lot more in common with who I was like 2 years ago than not. Which sounds obvious. That sounds like a very like obviously, but I think for me, like I guess historically looking back at my life, I feel like every year that's gone by has been like a crazy like leap in personality and my own like personal beliefs, my own like philosophy and like way that I navigate the world. I feel like it's always like changed quite dramatically. Like the difference between like me when I was like 15 to 16 or 16 to 17, that was a crazy jump. Like that was an insane that was a whole different person in the span of 1 year. Like I completely changed everything. Like physically I looked so different. Um all of my beliefs completely changed. My all of my perspectives like completely changed. Um and then same thing like from 18 to 19 I think was an insane jump. 19 to 20 was a crazy jump too. Um and I feel like yeah, like every year throughout most of my life that I can recall, I feel like every year I've kind of just changed so much. In a lot of ways for the better, I think, but yeah, um and I noticed that the in recent years, I guess, it's kind of slowed down. And I don't know if that means that I'm, like, plateauing as, like, a person or in terms of my own, like, growth. Um, I don't know if that means I'm, like, plateauing or if it just means it's, like, I'm kinda setting into who I am. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like in some ways I might be just, like, settling into, like, the person that I just kind of am, which is weird. Like, that's a really odd feeling to kind of be like, "Oh, okay, so this is me, I guess. This is who I am for sure, and I'll probably kinda be this way for a while." I mean, I think hopefully, like, I'll continue to, like, learn things and, like, grow, and I definitely think I will. Um, but I guess it's just, like, more subtle than it used to be, and it's more internal. I guess it was also internal back then, but, like, yeah, I don't know, I guess it's just more, I don't know, nuanced, I suppose. Um, which I don't know, I just thought that was an interesting thought that, you know, kind of realizing that, like, oh, I'm finally, like, kind of at that point where I'm, like, solidified into, like, who I ultimately am at my core and who I'll probably, for the most part, be for the rest of my life, you know? Um, and I think that's kind of a moment where you have to like, I feel like you can go about that in a couple of different ways, or you can take that in a few different ways. You could be like, "Damn, that sucks. This is just who I am." And like I can't really change um those fundamental things about myself. I just kind of am this way. And you could look at that in a negative way, or you could just kind of I guess some people also look at that in a positive way. You could be like, "Wow, I love myself." I don't think I'm either of those 2 things. I think I'm just, like, at a point where I'm like, "Okay, this is who I am. I guess I could just accept it for what it is." Like, it's not really I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. It's just, like, who I am and, like, those parts of myself that I'm maybe insecure about or certain flaws that I have, I think I just kinda have to live with them for the most part. I mean, obviously, there's always room to, like, I think, um, learn new things and change for the better, but I also think in order to even do that, there has to be, like, a level of, like, acceptance and, like, acknowledgement of, like, who you are at your core, I guess. Like, "Oh, okay. So, this is what we're working with. These are the cards, that we were dealt in life. So, what do we do? What do we do with them? Because I guess you can't really be delusional, your entire life, I guess. I don't know, maybe you can, I don't know. I'm just fucking talking, bro. But, yeah, I think in a way it's beautiful to be like, "Wow, you know, I am, a very, like, flawed individual. I have a lot of strengths and also weaknesses, that are just kinda gonna be there for the rest of my life." Um, and I think that's interesting. I don't know. Like, this is kind of like the certain problems, I guess, that I feel like I'm dealing with internally, just about the, condition of life or my life or who I am. I guess that's just always gonna be there, kind of, like, in some way, Hopefully, it'll be, like, um, not as difficult to deal with as it is now in my early 20s. Um, but that's another thing, man, like I don't know, just acknowledging the fact that I guess okay, let me slow down a little bit. I'm losing my words here. I think, I've been thinking about my 30s a lot, which is kind of crazy because I'm only 22. I'm about to be 23, um, in 2 months, and I don't know why, but recently I've just been thinking about the age 30 specifically, and, like, the fact that I'm not saying 30 is old, by the way, like, that's still, like, super fucking young, but it is kind of like, I don't know, like, the fact that I feel like I'm gonna wake up one day, and it's just gonna be like, my entire 20s are just gone, like, I'm just gonna, like, be like, "Oh, where the fuck did that just go?" Like, I'm just gonna blink, and then I'm 30, which is not, like, a horrible like, everyone ages, obviously. It's not, like, that terrifying of a of a realization, but I don't know, I guess I'm just thinking about, like, my 20s and, like, the fact that I'm in it now, like, it's happening, and the fact that I used to think 20 was so old, like, not too long ago. I thought 20 was, like, "Wow, you're, like, a real adult," and then now that I'm 20 or now that I'm 22, I look at everyone else in their early 20s and I'm like, "Wow, we're all children." We're all, like, kids trying to, like pretending that we have things figured out, pretending that we have a plan. Like, I don't know, man. It's so funny to me. Like, we are literally like I feel like no one that I know that is in their early 20s is, like, equipped for it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like no one that I've met in their 20s is, like, actually prepared to be in their 20s, but we all just kind of are, and, like, we're just doing the best we can with it, I guess. I don't know. Ugh, I don't know, man. Kind of a strange thought that I've been having. But I think it's cool. I think the idea of aging is not, is not a bad thing. You know, I think it's a beautiful thing to get older and, I don't know, live more life and to, like, learn these things, and I don't know, man. I guess I'm just, I wanna make sure I'm not, like, wasting any time in my 20s, and by not wasting any time, I don't mean, like, maximizing every second or trying to, like, get rich and famous and da 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 da. Like, that's not what I mean. I just don't wanna, like, look back and feel like I was living the life of someone that I'm just not, or yeah, I don't know. Like, I think, I guess I'm realizing more, and this is, like, posing an even bigger question, which is, like, are you living for yourself? Um, are you living for yourself? That's something I've really been, like, thinking of, like, really, asking myself, truly, like, am I living for myself? And I feel like the time that I've taken away, um, recently, and not being on the internet, not being, like, perceived by anyone really, like, I've been so, like, just, like, fully in solitude, recently, um, and I think the answers became a little bit more clear to me, or I guess the questions became more clear to me. Yeah, and that was one of them. That was one of them. Like, am I living for myself? And I think I am. Like, truly, I think I am. I'm getting there. For the most part, I am. I think I like, obviously, there are, like, I have a lot of fears and worries, like, as we all do. Um, I I do care a lot about what people think, truthfully, and that is something that, I can feel like a temptation to not be a people pleaser, but to kind of dilute myself in a way or refrain from um saying what I want to say or uh I don't know. I don't know if I'm making a whole lot of sense, but yeah, I feel like that's something that I've, if anything, it's just like the fear of what people think that has prevented me from like completely saying that I'm like living for myself. Like everything I do is kind of like there's a lot of intention behind like my art and like what I'm making and live streaming right now, and like it's all like there's a lot of performance involved in that. And I think I guess there has to be more of a separation for me between like performing um through like art or posting things or whatever, and also just being a human and like having that balance of like, okay, I can, it doesn't have to be like this it doesn't have to be this like really cool, thought out, stylized thing every single time. I can also just be a human and like be myself and stutter over my words or do a little dance on TikTok for fun. Like I can do both. I think both can are equally valid um representations of myself. And yeah, yeah, so I mean, I guess yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say, like, can you make art for yourself? Like, is making art truly for yourself? But I don't know. I don't know if that's I don't know if I'm smart enough to answer that. Or I don't know if I care enough to answer that, to be honest. Like, maybe like I've thought about it a lot because I've met people who are like, I would ask them like, "Oh, why do you like create art? Like, what is your reason for doing this?" And like I've heard the response from a few people, um, and they say like, "Oh, I just make art for myself. I do it for me." Then why do you post it? Why are you sharing it with other people? I mean, I guess I don't know. Can you do both? Is it like a combination of uh, wanting to be seen and understood, and also for the pure enjoyment of making something? Is it like is it one or the other? Is it both or some kind of like gray area? I don't know. I don't know. I think for me, I don't I don't know. I really don't know. Cuz like would I still be making art if no one was watching? Would I still be um expressing myself if no one was watching? I think so. Yeah. I mean, I think so. Like if you look at my videos, like my series Running Away, like I don't think that shit got any views. I don't think I got any real, like I mean, I guess a couple of the videos got some views, but like I feel like I didn't really get any recognition for that. And I did feel bad about that for a while. I did feel like really bummed and discouraged um because I dedicated like 2 years of my life and all of my money into that and all of my time. Um and it just didn't really do much for me, I guess, in terms of like a career or financial stability or whatever. And so, but like, yeah, I felt bad about that for a while. And then I kind of came to a point where I was like, honestly, I'm so proud of myself for doing that and documenting that time because it's going to be something that I can always look back at and is always going to be this timeless thing that I just feel like I don't know, I'm just like proud of myself for it, you know? I think that's it's just a cool thing. Um and it's something that I would want to watch. Like if I was a viewer and like that's something that I would personally connect to, I guess. And I guess the satisfaction of like making art is like um kind of like selfishly wanting to see something that doesn't exist that I don't know. I don't know if that makes I don't know how to articulate this. I don't know how to articulate this. Yeah, I don't know. But I think it's also changed. I think it's like evolved throughout the years. I think the reason that I've created kind of um has kind of changed a little bit over the years because for a while it was like I really want to be famous. Like that was a real like driving motivation for me for a good while, to be honest. Like I wanted to move to LA. I wanted to be an influencer. I wanted to like be an actor. Um I yeah, I wanted the spotlight because I had these insecurities that like, felt feeling like very misunderstood and um not seen for a lot of my life. So I feel like that was like a way for me to um I don't know. That was a way for me to I lost my train of thought, sorry. I was reading a message. Fire piercings. Thank you. Thank you. Here from the Kai raid. Bro, shout out my boy Kai Sinat. He's me and him go way back. He's my goat. Um Sorry, I'm looking at the chat. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Fuck. Let me take a hit of this water. um Reason for creating art changing over the course of my time creating things. I've been doing YouTube since I was 11 years old. 22 now. That's an entire decade. That's an entire decade of basically like this is all I've been doing. Like this is all I've done, my entire life. I've I've worked 2 jobs, but both of those jobs I've completely spent every single like dollar I made from it and put it back into my YouTube videos. So, I've technically never like done anything else, I guess. Which is kind of fucking crazy to think about. So, yeah, I mean, I suppose like it's all I know how to do is what it comes down to. Like this is all I know. This is the only way I know how to like navigate the world is by expressing myself and making cool shit that I personally think is cool. Because if I was making things just for the recognition and just to make money and have a living, I just don't like what's the point? I mean, for me, like I just don't see a point. Like I know a lot of people that view it that way. A lot of people that view um art form or like any art form, like whether it be filmmaking or whatever, and they view it from that lens of like just profiting from it or as a way to escape capitalism, I guess. I don't know. It really seems like the only way to fucking um escape capitalism is just to get famous and rich. But to be an influencer or something or, like, whatever. Um, but yeah, I guess I just never have seen, like, a point to that because like, this is all I know how to do. This is all I feel like I don't know, like, there's not really an alternative path. It's just, like, who I am. It kinda ties back into, like, what I was saying earlier about, realizing that, like, oh, I'm kind of, like, solidifying into, like, who I am, and, like, now is the time where I can either, like, choose to accept who I am and all of my flaws and, like, weird quirks or characteristics, or, you know, not, and hate myself, I guess, or try to be something that I'm not, and yeah. Okay, it's time back together. Okay, I had a point to it. I just lost my train for a second. But yeah, I mean, that's the, uh that's the whole thing, and the reason why I've been thinking about, like, turning 30 as well is, like, I don't wanna spend this time in my 20s, chasing something that I'm not, and yeah, I think all of this reflection and overthinking has kind of led me to come to terms with, like, "Okay, this is who I am. I can't really change these fundamental things, um, because it's always gonna be there, even if I stopped creating art and tried to, like" I've, like, had offers, like, to make a good, like, living, um, like, making shit for other people, or doing, like, freelance or whatever, and I just declined all of them because I know that, like, it's just not me, like, I hate working for other people, like, truly, I hate that more than anything, like, creating art for someone else's vision, and 9 times out of 10 it's one thing if I actually respect the person that I'm working for, and it's like a more collaborative thing that I feel connected to versus churning out content for an algorithm that is just some bullshit, some, mindless entertainment that people are gonna scroll past and forget, you know? Um, that I think that is just like that kills my spirit, man. Um, to do that, to work on that, and it just wouldn't be me. So I think I've just had to like come to the conclusion that like, okay, I I don't have the I don't know everything. Obviously. I'm an idiot. But I think I do know myself pretty well, I would say. I think I have a more of an understanding of my own brain than I think anyone else. Um, and it kind of has like annoyed me sometimes when people like especially like, you know, family members or like close friends that have like, you know, I understand where they're coming from with this, but like try to give me advice on how I should live my life or like what moves I should be making. And I understand they're coming from a good place, they're looking out for me, but at the same time, I feel like, bro, you don't know me more than I know me. Like I know like I understand I understand the risk of my pursuits and uh the reality of like my own situation and like the struggles and everything that comes with it. Um and I've thought about the alternative. I've tried the alternative and ultimately I am doing what is best for me. Like I feel like I have a lot of potential that I don't want to like waste or I don't want I guess not even potential, but time. Like I just don't want to waste time doing things that makes me unhappy. I don't want to waste these years of my life being someone or something that I'm not. Like I wrote this down in my notes app the other day. It was just a thought that came into my head. Um, it was in all caps. I was like, "Be your fucking self at all cost, no matter what comes with that, even if it burns bridges, even if people hate you, even whatever. Like, just be yourself at all cost, because like there is no, I don't know, man. There's no guarantee that I am gonna live into my like 30s. Like all of this shit is so temporary. Like, and there's like a clock ticking down that you don't know how long you have left um being here, and I just don't want to waste a second of my life being something that I'm not, or I don't know. Does that make sense? Do I sound crazy? I don't know if I sound crazy right now, but I don't know. That's my whole philosophy on life. My internet is so bad, keeps buffering, but I resonate with this so much. Yeah, man. I hope that's not on my end. I think I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch, so I don't know if that's like fucking it up or not. Um, but yeah, I mean that's just like my take on the situation. Like I just don't want to, and I understand people like are looking out for me. Um, People want to see me succeed and be safe. Um, so like it comes from a good intention, but at the same time, I feel like the only person I can truly listen to is myself. Um, you know, I because listening to anyone else would just be a betrayal to like who I am, and like I wouldn't be honoring my own like whatever the fuck it is, like my spirit, my existence. I don't know. Like that's sounds like a some I don't know, some hippie shit, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I think I recommend taking some time to be alone for a while. I think everyone should do that. Everyone should kind of allow themselves to be in just complete like solitude and like completely off the internet. Like I feel like the internet is really, it can really distort your perception on the world um if you spend too much time on it. Like I remember this is kind of a tangent, but as soon as I like found my phone charger after like 2 weeks of my phone being dead, I opened up TikTok, and back to back, literally every video back to back was just violence and tragedies and horrible things going on in the world. Like I was like, "Oh my god, this there's a darkness in the fucking in the air right now." The David situation, the Forvid, that happened. That kind of shook me. Um the girl on the train that got stabbed, and then the Charlie Kirk, like it's just back to back like politics and violence. And I'm just like, oh, that's a Dominic Fike song, politics and violence. But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I just feel like that shit is so like, I don't know. Maybe it's good to be aware of what's going on in the world, but also it's like, I don't know, paying too much attention to that or like getting sucked up into it is like it can really distort your view of like the world. Because there's a lot of like good people in the world. There's a lot of like cool things going on, and um, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I'm like a. Oh, what's up? What's up, Dylan? Oh my god, I love you too, man. Um, yeah, no, I understand. There's so much I've struggled for years with the exact thing. I realize I have to listen to myself. Yeah, that's. I mean, that's the whole thing, bro. Only you know what's right for you. Um, you know, like no one else can tell you that. Even if even like a family member or a close friend, like people that do know you pretty well, they ultimately just want you to be safe and um they would rather you be safe than happy, I think. And I guess that's the I don't know, that's the trade-off, I guess. I would rather just like live as truthfully to myself as I can for the random amount of time that I'm given to be here and spend that on things that are like things that actually make me happy and things that fulfill me. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Some real spill right there. Some real spill. What is going on here? Is everything working? I have not been paying attention to. I've just been like yapping. Almost at an hour. Okay. Hell yeah. Um, 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 um. Everything looks good. Okay, cool. I spent a lot of time like figuring out how to like make the audio sound good on this because this microphone is not like it's not a good microphone. But I had to like yeah, I had to get real technical with it. But yeah, more streams. I want to do this more. At least like once a week. I think could be a vibe. Um, I think tomorrow I'm going live with Tanner and Aaron, and we're gonna be showing some exclusive unreleased works. Um, it's cozy vibes. Hell yeah, that's what I'm going for. Yeah. So tomorrow, Sunday night, probably a little earlier than I started today, but we're going to do this thing called Rough Cut Sunday. We did this back in Austin. We lived we had this house. We lived in this artist in residence program, and so we were like roommates for like an entire year. And we as we were like working on the series, I was like finishing my series Running Away, and uh we decided to start doing this thing every Sunday where we would just like invite people over and then like show like a really rough version of an episode. And it was kind of a way to like hold ourselves accountable to like getting a version of it done that people can watch. Um and I also found that it was just like a really fun way to like it was almost like a third space that we accidentally created where we could just like invite our artist friends or musician friends and just like random people over, and we would all just like share what we were working on. We had like some student films, we had a couple of like singers show some songs. um and it was just cool. There was a lot of like really dope conversations that led from doing that. And I was thinking that it would be really interesting, or at least just like worth trying as an experiment, to do that, but on Twitch or I'm also streaming on YouTube. Um, but yeah, to do that in kind of a live format, um, I think could be kind of cool. We would, I think we're just gonna share our stuff for this one, but that's what me and my mates do too. That's cool. Yeah. No, it's yeah, I think that would be a sick thing to do um on a live stream. I've not seen I feel like that's a very untapped thing on Twitch. Um from like cuz I feel like everyone on Twitch is like either like super ironic all the time and just like humor, which is like cool too, or like the other end of it is like very political. And I feel like I'm not really either of those things. I'm kind of like I mean, I can be like dumb and like funny here and there, and I'm sure tomorrow we will be getting a little silly, but I feel like there's not really a lot of streamers that talk about like art or creative stuff. Not that I've seen at least. Um, so I think it could be cool. It could be a cool experiment. Um, but I think yeah, the ultimate goal would be to like get get like a Discord server made or something, or like maybe some kind of like submission form where viewers can submit things that they're working on, um, and we could show it like on the live stream on the Rough Cut Sunday stream, and maybe like get them in a call on Discord and give them kind of like a spotlight to just like talk about uh what it is that they made, and just kind of like share it. I think that would be a cool little thing, a little wholesome vibe. Um, so if this shit starts picking up and we get some more viewers at some point, that could be like a cool way to like, you know, put a spotlight on you know, really talented people that uh don't get the recognition they deserve. Um yeah, yeah, I think it could be cool. Worth trying. Like I said, I'm new to this. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Mm-mm-mm. Is this crazy, by the way? Like drinking out of this like fucking giant jug. I don't know if that's crazy. No, I want one. Yeah. um yeah, so that's the plan tomorrow. I think I'll announce it a little bit earlier cuz I kind of like did this like spontaneously. Um but we'll do a little like announcement or something tomorrow probably and get it going. But yeah, man. Yeah. Live streams. I love big water bottles. Hell yeah. Goated. Goated. Um, yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. What else? Is there anything else? I mean, I think I covered most of it. I think that's the basics of it. Life, philosophy, living for yourself. We covered a lot of topics, man. I had a lot I needed to talk about apparently. I've been going crazy. Like that's the one thing about like the solitude thing that I was talking about, like taking time off of social media and just like being alone for a little bit. That's the one downside. Is like you go a little bit crazy, man. You do be going crazy. Uh and you forget how to like talk to people too. After a while, like if you go too long, like I feel like I forget how to like socialize. Um it really is like a muscle, you know. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a cool way to like I don't know, talk about random shit when I'm bored. Um yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. We got a couple of viewers. I actually did not expect anyone to watch this at all, but we got a couple of viewers that came through during the stream. Um, thank you guys for chatting it up. Appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow around the same time, probably a little earlier. And yeah, this has been Real Spill, everyone. I'll catch you tomorrow. All right, good stream. How do I end this? Oh.